I'm bleeding. Turn the damn lights off. I've waited long enough. And yes, I look like Cynthia from Rugrats. But we're gonna fix this hair and we're gonna do this video, okay? Alright. So, why am I here? And most importantly, why is my hair a mess on camera? Because I tend to procrastinate. And I finally decided it's time for me to stop procrastinating and do what I came to do. I've been talking about this for too long and have yet to do anything about it, so now is the time. So y'all gonna get this whole hair. Y'all gonna get this whole look. It ain't gonna be a whole look, to be honest. It's just gonna be, I'm gonna fix my hair because I just want to come to y'all as natural as possible and just talk about me. My goal with this is to let other females know that there are other people out there just like you going through the same things you are going through. So fret not. All will be well. Period. So Jessica, why are you here? Why am I here? Why am I here? Because I've been going through something that has been kind of difficult for me, to be honest. In my position, one might think, okay, you're chilling still, so like you cool. But it's like I'm cool, like I was good, but at the same time I wasn't. I'm not. So I am 36 years old. Currently I'm in my second apartment. I grew up in a single parent home. Well, they were together at first, then they divorced. That's something to talk about later. It's something specific I want to talk to y'all today, but just a little background on me. I was born in Charlotte, North Carolina. My dad was in the military. So short after that, we went back to England where my brother was actually born and stayed with him for a little while. And then I don't know what happened between him and my mom. I'm still uncovering that. But at the end of the day, they were separated, I believe, when I was 3 and divorced officially when I was 7. Yeah, we're just gonna do something real simple. Anyways, so I grew up with my mom. My dad, as the whole family knows, my dad had a period in his life where he was a deadbeat father. And there was a period in my life where I didn't much care for the nigga. You feel me? I was young, but I realized quickly, that my dad, at the time, I'm gonna just say it, I don't care. He won't shit. Mama, I'm sorry if you're watching this, but you wouldn't use that word, but essentially that's what the situation was. Later on in life, he got his senses together. He took on my brother first, and then I missed my brother, and I said, I want to live with my daddy too. So middle school, I was living with my dad. December, and I'm going to say the date wrong, December 19th. I know it was the Tuesday before Christmas. It was the Tuesday before Christmas, and I'm at home at my dad's house with my cousin. I'm 13 years old. And my brother had decided to go for a walk with his friend over to Best Buy. They lived over there. Not Best Buy, Circuit City. They lived over there because they were gamer dudes. So went to Circuit City. Me and my cousin in my room playing, jumping on the bed. And then all of a sudden we hear a knock at the door. I'm like, oh shoot. So like, you know, in that time, like you don't answer the door unless you know who it is. So I went and I looked through the peephole and saw that it was my grandma. She said, y'all put some clothes on, somebody's coming over. And me and my cousin are like, okay. And mind you, I'm not thinking about her face. I'm not thinking about what's going on. I was like, okay, grandma said put some clothes on, some folks are coming over. I said, okay. So me and Audrey, my cousin, we put on some clothes. Next thing you know, I want to say my Aunt Janice was there. I know her mom, Lisa, was there. My grandfather was there, I believe. And if I remember correctly, my grandma Janie might have been there too. My grandma Mamie came to the door, but I think my grandma Janie was there too, but I don't remember all the way 100%. But they're like, where's CJ? They're like, he's at Circuit City with Andy or wherever. They picked him up, brought him home, sat me and my brother on the couch, and my cousin was at our computer desk with her mom. And then they dropped a bomb on us and said, your dad was killed in an accident. Hold on, I'm sorry. I didn't think I was gonna cry because I talk about it all the time and I usually don't cry. But I guess I'm missing him a little bit right now. But hold on. Ooh, wait a minute. I'm getting this white shirt messed up. Okay, yeah. So that happened. And I see it like it was yesterday. I'm a little bit fuzzy on certain people that were there, but I see myself. I'm sitting on the right, or like I'm here on this side of the couch. My brother's right here. He's just like, I immediately burst out crying. Because even though my dad was a deadbeat at first, those 3 years I lived with him, like, I love my dad. My cousin's over there, she starts crying. She's with her mom. Her mom is also crying. And my brother's just like, I can't believe this. Like, not a tear comes down his eye. He's just like, I can't believe this. I can't believe this. Golly. So the Tuesday before Christmas, I found out my dad got killed. And it was a terrible accident. He was in dark clothes in the time of the morning before the sun really comes out. He was crossing the street from the bus. He was on the median, about to go across the street to go to work. And his, actually one of his coworkers was making a U-turn to get into work. Ended up running on the median, hitting my dad into traffic. And he did get, from what I recall, he did get ran over by at least one car, to the point where he had an open casket, but they had a drape over it because they didn't want anybody to touch the body to feel the track marks, I suppose, is what I remember hearing. I could be wrong. My family will correct me if that's the case, but so yeah, 13 years old, I lose my dad, who I was living with at the time. And it turned out, we go to my grandparents' house, and my grandma says, call your mom. I don't know if she meant for me to tell my mom, but I ended up telling her, Mama, Dad died. At this time, we're in Charlotte, and she's in Atlanta, and as she recalls it, she just went to her boss's office and just slid to the floor. And I just know she ended up renting a car and she was there, like, if not later that evening, she was there the next day. So yeah, now that's not really what I came here to talk about, but that's just a little background on me. So, I grew up with my mom, you know, the rest of the time grew up with my mom, grew up in a Christian household. I believe God. I believed in God. I was very on fire for God, if they would. I volunteered in team ministry. I sang on the praise team. I was on the drama team. I played violin at school. I was active. I was very active. I decided to go to a Christian college. Shout out Oral Roberts University. Go Eagles, go. And had my own trials there, which I'll talk about later. But came back home with a biology degree, with a degree in biology, and decided to try to find work in that field, which was very difficult. If you are a millennial, if you graduated college or high school, if you graduated high school 2005, 4, 6, 3, you know the struggle, okay? I came out of college. I took the 5-year route. Came out of college 2010. I finished. And man, that first year was, I was looking for work. I was trying the like Kelly temp jobs, trying to get a temp job, trying to get into a lab, all the while being very disheartened because high school, middle school, school came easy to me till I got to college and I realized I had to figure out how to study. I graduated with a 2.7, I think, but I felt it was like a 2.72, I think, but I felt low because it wasn't at least a 3.0. So I went through that for a long time. Anyways, moving forward, finally get a job as a substitute teacher, which was not full time. It was when I could get work, which the math teachers loved me because I always checked the test and I always help the kids out. But there's a lot of headroom. Hold on. Y'all gonna get the raw me. Y'all gonna get raw Jessica. Okay, yeah. Because, see, I was up here when I was adjusting the camera, and then I backed up, and then I ended up with a whole lot of headroom. But anyways. So, fast forward. I do a whole lot of different jobs. I did a lot of odd jobs. And then I decided to go to hair school. That's a whole nother situation. I did graduate with flying colors. That helped boost me. But low-key in the back of my mind, I was like, but this is easy. So it's like, I should pass this with flying colors because it's not difficult. So it was like, it was a boost because I was getting like high A's and everything. But at the same time, I was like, but this is a little boost. It's not like I was one of those that was like, it don't really mean anything, but it does. And then I tried to do hair in the neighbors. So I tried to go to a salon, but I wasn't confident in my skills. I worked at Waffle House. I worked at Belk. Did I work anywhere after Belk? No, after Belk, I drove for Uber and Lyft for a little while. I worked at Pollo Tropical when they opened up stores here in Atlanta, but then all of them closed. I left that job terribly. That's another story. But what I want to get to is this. For a long time, ever since college, well, I'm a female, and we're gonna talk about female stuff, okay? So, I had never been regular. I started my first period, and when I mean first period, I mean my menstrual cycle. That I started the first one when I was like 13 or 14. It was after most of the girls had started. They were talking about it, and finally I started. Oh, I had to be 13. I had to be like 12 or 13 because my dad was still alive, and I came home and told him. I said, my grandma knew about it, and my grandma was like, "Did you say your dad?" I said, "Oh yeah, Dad, I started my period today." Like, that was it. That was all. Like, he was just like, okay. So, I mean, he has 2 sisters. He was married. Like, it's nothing to him. But, so, like, I was never, ever, ever regular. Usually, sometimes I would skip a month because I think my cycle was just long. So maybe I was regular, but my cycle was just long. But it was beautiful because when I was bleeding, it was only for like 3 days. So, and then I'd be good. It'd be like light, heavy, light, and I'm good. And then, so I was never regular. I lost my virginity in college to my first boyfriend. Yes, my first boyfriend was in college. And I thought I was pregnant after that because it took forever for my period to come on. But I wasn't. Thank God. I finished college with no kids. But yeah, I wasn't. And after that, like, I was never regular. So it got to the point where, like, I would have fewer and fewer periods a year. Like, maybe I had 10, maybe I usually had 10 a year. And then it went down to like maybe 6, maybe 4. And then, like, I just didn't really, eventually I just didn't realize that I wasn't having periods. And then I realized I haven't had a period in a year. So I was like, okay, so I'm not pregnant because I'm not having sex at this point. Later I did, but that's another story. But eventually I was like, I don't know what's going on with me. I would like to figure out what's going on with me. Every time I would go to the doctor, to the gynecologist, I would let them know. They would, they always ask women, what's the date of your last period? Let me get my hair done. What's the date of your last period? I'm always like, shoot, I don't know. It's been a while. And then I realized, and then it was like, okay, it's been like years. I don't remember when my last period was. And it's not that, like, it was a month ago or it was 2 months ago and I just don't remember. I just don't remember. And I wasn't on birth control. I wasn't on nothing. So for probably a good couple of years, like, my periods would come every once in a while. But I couldn't figure out why I wasn't getting my periods. We didn't figure it out until, I want to say it was like, it was like 4 years ago, where I talked to my gynecologist, my new gynecologist, and she was like, we're going to test your blood. And she decided to test my prolactin levels. So that was a test I never had ever. Prolactin is the hormone that is created when you're pregnant and it's the hormone that helps moms produce milk. That makes moms produce milk for the baby. I wasn't producing any milk. I didn't have no babies. I wasn't pregnant. So my prolactin levels, the scale for a non-pregnant woman is like up to, I want to say it was like up to 23 on that at the time. And my levels were at 610, whatever the units is, milligrams, whatever the units is. So, like, what's normal is 23, and I was at 610. So she's like, okay, so next thing we need to do is get you an MRI to figure out if it is something going on in your brain. So she orders for me to have an MRI, and the MRI comes back. I remember, as a matter of fact, I was sitting in Peachtree City outside of the Ross, and I was looking at the results because the healthcare system I'm with, they have like an online portal where I can see like what's going on, like the test results and all that stuff. So they show the MRI test results, and all I see is the word tumor, and I was like, tumor? Does that mean I have cancer? The first thing you think of when you see tumor is cancer. Of course, they're like, okay, your MRI results came back. You need to make an appointment with a neurologist so that they can explain it to you. So I have an appointment with a neurologist, and he tells me so that I have a pituitary tumor. It is benign, which means it's non-cancerous. So that helped ease my ever-loving mind. It is non-cancerous, but it's causing you to produce, it's called a prolactinoma, and it's causing you to produce too much prolactin. And that's probably why you don't have periods, or amenorrhea. Let me backtrack just a little bit. So I think before we did the test of my prolactin, she put me on the Provera test to see. So with the Provera test, after you take it for like 7 days or something like that, maybe 10, you take it for however many days. And then if you have a period, that means that you're just not ovulating. So your amenorrhea is attributed to you not ovulating. And so that's what prompted her to do the test for the prolactin. And then because of the high levels, we had to get the MRI, and that's what confirmed that I have a prolactinoma, rather large one. So a prolactinoma, so the pituitary is a gland that controls your hormones, and there are different types of pituitary tumors that produce different results with your hormones, whether it be stops the production of it, increases the production of it. So there's different types. Mine's a prolactinoma, and it causes hyperprolactinemia, which is an abundance of prolactin, which, as I said, is what causes mothers to produce milk for the babies. So all in all, basically my body thought I was pregnant, and so it said, ain't no need for you to release no egg right now because you already got a bun in the oven, which was not the case. So with all that ended up being trip to other neuro specialists. So I had the neurologist, I had to see a neurosurgeon, I had to see a neuro-ophthalmologist, I think it's called. That's the eye person. All of them said that, like, you're not in a serious predicament, basically. The tumor is close to my, so the pituitary tumor is basically like behind your nose. So the tumor is pushing close to my eyes, or my occipital. I forgot what it's called. But anyways, basically it could cause like some peripheral blindness. That's something I have to watch out for. And they ended up putting me on a drug called cabergoline. So what cabergoline is supposed to do is it's supposed to help shrink the tumor, and also which will also help to lower your prolactin levels. So I was on that for a year, and for whatever reason I had to stop. I was on it. No, I think I only had like 2 refills of it, and it's something I took twice a week. Yeah, it was 1 pill twice a week. It only came with like 8 pills in each bottle. Yeah, 8 pills in each bottle. So I was on that, but then money started looking funny, and I couldn't afford to continue my like health services because I don't think I was working at the church yet. But just recently, just recently, I got back on the medication, and I think, let's see, I've gone through like 3 bottles. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. So that's 12 weeks or like 3 months. So I've been on it for 3 months, and I am happy and excited to say, mind you, I have not had a period. I have not had a period on my own in years. Probably 2 years. Well, there was one occasion where I did. I think that was 2 or 3 years ago. But I have not had a period on my own in years. Outside of that one time, it's probably been like 5 years that I had not had a period on my own without medicine inducing it. But I'm happy to say, I am happy to say that Friday, December 8th, I woke up in the morning, went to the bathroom, tinkled, wiped myself, and I saw red. I saw red. I see red. Okay, look, maybe TMI. But for those of you that are in my boat that have gone through the same thing, that are going through the same thing, I'm 36. I have no kids. I want kids. I didn't think I was going to be able to have them because I'm not ovulating. If I don't ovulate, there's no egg to fertilize. So therefore, no kids. However, when I saw red, I almost cried. And you know what? TMI, but I called my mama from the toilet. I called my mama from the toilet and I said, Mama, I'm bleeding. She said, what? She thought I said I was pregnant the first time. I said, I'm bleeding. She said, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Man, so I am very, 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 very much ready to embark on this new journey. And I want to bring y'all for the ride. So here on my channel, this will be a topic. There will be updates. I do hope that you will follow along. I do hope that you will join me on this journey. You know what? I'm going to speak it into existence. I'm going to call this a journey to motherhood. This is a journey to motherhood. I always dreamed of having 2 kids. I always said to my friends, to my mom, to everybody, I said, I want 2 kids. I want a boy and a girl. But if my husband wants a third, I'll have a third for him. And you know what? We back there. We're back on that. Because I want to be a mom. Now the next thing, the next part of the journey, as we continue through our fertile life, the next part of the journey is finding a man. I know the Bible says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. But you can't find me if I'm in my house. You can't find me if I'm in my house. So I'm not saying we're on a hunt for a man, but instead, what I'm saying is, we going outside, okay? We are stepping out of our comfort zone. We are stepping out of the house. We are stepping out of the church. Because I don't know if my man is at the church I go to. He might be at somebody's church, but I've been in my church for more than 20. I've been in my church for 27 years. And unless he come through in the next few months or so, I don't think my man is at my church. Pray the Lord, if he is, I ain't gonna knock it. But I won't be surprised if he ain't. So yeah, so this is my journey. I hope that you will join me for the ride. For the next one, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna come prepared. Like I said, I'm good at procrastinating, but I don't want to be that girl for the rest of my life. I want to be the one that's got it together, or dang, I want to be the one that's got it together, or at least the one that's figuring it out. So, mind you, my shirt look crazy now that it's wet. I was trying to be cute. I was gonna do my Mr. Rogers situation, but it's not working out. But I just wanted to come here and say, welcome to this journey with me. And I am going to, I'm not going to say I'm going to do my best to. I'm going to actually be sure to post a video here every week. Most likely it'll probably be on Sunday night, just because that's when I have time to do it. Record Friday and Saturday, get time to go ahead and edit it, and then post it for you guys to see. So thank you for joining me for this intro video here. We've kind of done this before, but it was a little different talk. But yeah, welcome to Living Diamonds page. I'm Jessica, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. Oh, one more thing. You are enough, no matter what.